Hey there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I have got a message coming to you all about value and the value that we are potentially adding or we may be subtracting. And that's really what I want to dive into with you guys today and just communicate with you guys about, because I just had an awesome 2-hour call. I mean, it was only just going to be a short call, but ended up being a 2-hour call that I was on with a beautiful human being, who has been following along with the work that I've been doing over the last few months. And they put out a very generous offer to actually help me with some different things in order to really be of higher level value of you guys out there. And so that definitely caught my interest. And so I decided, what a good idea to have a conversation with this person and definitely see what they're all about and see what their ideas were and so forth. And it was just such a lovely conversation to have with somebody who was just so focused on how they could be of value to somebody else. And I think that we tend to be missing this so much in our lives, in terms of, we're so looking at what's the value going to be for me. And we're so looking at, how other people are adding or subtracting value from our lives, and we're forgetting about what we're putting out there. We're not looking at how we're adding value to others or how we might be subtracting value from others. And so I thought this was a great reminder for each and every one of us to think about, how are we showing up in our relationships? Like, this person has just spent 2 hours with me, asking me a lot of questions about what I'm looking to do and create and all that sort of stuff, and looking at and brainstorming ways as to how they could be of service and help in that regard. And a funny thing always happens when you operate that way. My mindset was always like coming back and seeing how this could be a win-win, and how I could be adding value to him. And so I think that's the kind of relationship dynamic that is foundational to have something really extraordinary. Because at the end of the day, we've all got those energy vampires in our lives, the ones that like to spend time with them or to engage with them. It's like, oh, you leave and you're just like, oh, I feel so used up, I feel so drained, and or whatever it is, and you feel like your life has been subtracted from through that relationship, as opposed to those people out there. And I like to think that my best quality relationships are always the ones where we're actually so fascinated in the other person and so wanting to be of value to the other person that that's the kind of battle that we're in, rather than the battle of trying to get my needs met at the expense of yours, or like just so self-focused, and we end up just subtracting from the other person and the whole relationship dynamic. So I really wanted to just talk into that and just be a reminder today to be of value. And particularly if you're currently going through any sort of challenge, if you're feeling a little low, a little down on yourself, less than your greatest self-esteem and confidence and all of that stuff, the quickest, simplest, easiest, and most fulfilling and rewarding way to up level your self-esteem is to be of service to others, and to get outside of your victim mentality and what's going wrong and, oh, poor me, or, I don't feel good about me. Go and help somebody. Go and help anybody. Try and be of service in any particular way. Get outside of yourself and focus on another, and you will instantly feel much better about yourself. You'll be able to, I really do believe that the value that we feel we can add is such a determinant on our level of ability to understand and feel our worth. And I'm not saying that in order to be of value, you have to be giving to other people. I think that we're all inherently valuable human beings just in our existence. But I'm talking about the fact that in order to feel fulfilled, we as individuals need to feel like we contribute in some sort of meaningful way. And so if we're not feeling good within ourselves, the best way is to get outside of ourselves and to focus on being of value and service for others. I just think that it's absolutely paramount and key to our success and to our fulfillment, and absolutely to our self-esteem. And so this was just a really quick message, just wanting to talk into that with you, because I feel my heart is full of gratitude for beautiful human beings who really focus on being of value with zero expectation. And a beautiful thing always happens when you operate that way, is that people can't help but to add value or figure out a way to add value back to you. It's human nature. And so I think that that's just a brilliant quality of us human beings that I just wanted to put out there again, and just remind us and ask you, if you're not feeling great, who could you be doing something small for? It doesn't have to be this big thing, but how could you add some value to somebody else's life? Because at the moment you're subtracting from your own by staying stuck within you and that victim mentality and feeling like you have that low self-esteem and all of that stuff. Prove yourself wrong and go and be of value and service to somebody else. And if you just want to take things to the next level, relationships are foundational. And what kind of relationship do you want? You want one where you both are battling. The only thing you really like are fighting for is who can out battle and add more value to the other person. They're the best quality of relationships we could ever hope to be in, where we never have to worry about getting our needs met, because we're always looking to do that for the other person. And when you can meet people who absolutely over deliver and, want to be of value. Somebody trying to call me and I don't have my notifications off. That's ultimately the way that we are going to up level our self-esteem and create beautiful connections with other beautiful human beings as well. And if you can't find those people, keep looking and always be of service, always be giving. That's a whole nother conversation when we can get into the realm of giving and getting to resentment because we've got expectations as to what that person should be doing, or we give to the people who are willing to just take and not be reciprocal at all as well. So there's a balancing act, and it's never about giving to get, but we also need to have healthy boundaries, obviously, but that's a whole nother conversation. But this one is really just to be of extra value. Ask people. Every time you connect with a friend or a family member or a client or an employer or whoever it is, ask them, is there anything that I could be doing or supporting you with that could be adding value to your life? You know how much of a beautiful question that is to ask somebody and to be on the receiving end of? It's beautiful. And they're the kind of questions that if you can ask them and really deliver on them, then you will create beautiful relationships and connections. And I really do believe that that is foundational for our fulfillment in life. So let me check in with you guys. If you've got any questions or comments for me, definitely drop them below or just say hi, because I love connecting with you guys. And make sure, I know I've been saying it, but I don't want you guys to miss out on definitely looking at that free training that I put on for you guys a couple of days ago, the 8-step formula to getting what you want and enjoying the process. And also, anybody who has ever wanted to work with me and hasn't been able to make that happen, either financially or I haven't had any places available, I've got the most brilliant opportunity, which is so accessible for all of you guys, coming up. Launching on the 26th of March, I'm doing an 8-week, the Limitless Potential 8-week group coaching empowerment program. It is going to be phenomenal. So if you really want to work personally with me at an incredible, it's literally the whole program for 8 weeks costs the same as 1 hour of coaching with me. So if you want to jump on board with that, I would love to have you. It's going to be so amazing. We're going to build a really tight-knit community of like minds who are reaching for new levels of their potential. I'm going to teach you the best tools I teach all of my coaching clients I'm going to give you a system that you'll utilize for life to get what you want in all areas. And like I said, I get to work personally with you. So, and I go really deep. So I'd love for you to be a part of that. I haven't linked it up, but I will link it up after this training. But if you want to hear more about that, if you watch the free training that the link's up above for, at the end of that training, I dive in deep and explain everything that you would expect to have in that 8-week program with me. And I'm super excited about it. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys all know about it so you can jump on board and claim your spot. It's going to be small, so make sure that you get in now if you want to be part of that. So I've got Agneta and Carolina and Carolina. Oh my gosh, I really just want to call you and make sure I know which way to say your name. But I always appreciate you being here, beautiful. And John, loving that you're finding this a great topic. That's awesome. And Elliot and Ashley and Eric and Sam's here. Hello. And Mark, I'm loving that you're loving it here. That's awesome, Mark. And Samuel's here and Darren. And thank you. Liking my necklace today, Sam. And Paul and Daphsta and Gary and Stephen and Haru. And I might be right where I need to be. Lots of challenges. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I'm loving that today's message might be the one that you might need to hear right now. That's awesome, Stephen. And Rob's here. And John, I saw a great Facebook Live training on being much more interested in them getting more benefit than me. Great topic. Yes, absolutely, John. It absolutely, the giver always receives, right? So I think about the times in your life where you felt most fulfilled. For me personally, and I'm sure if you reflect back on your life as well, you'll have the same experience. It's always when I feel like I was of real value to somebody. I maybe made them have an aha moment that changed their life or the course of what they were doing. It empowered them, or really helping them to shift perspective. That's why I do what I do every single day, because that to me, when I can focus on that and see the changes and see the value that I can add, I am truly fulfilled at my core. And so, those are the sort of things. And if we just think about in our family dynamics or in our friendship groups, being there and really being of value to those people in our lives, that is what makes life worthwhile. So yeah, it's absolutely key. I love hearing that, John. And Maricine's here, and Nancy, and Stephen. Boom, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I love hearing that. That's awesome. And Sam, used to get depleted by energy vampires, but now I guard my energy regardless. I've had the same experience there, Sam. It's like kind of that dynamic between the victim and the rescuer. So, I think that if we talk about the drama triangle, which I'm not going to do that right now, but there are two positions in the drama triangle that play out in all of our relationship dynamics when we don't do any work on them. But we have kind of a natural tendency to be in one sort of position. Me personally, I've always naturally fallen into the rescuer position, and I've attracted people who've naturally fallen into the victim position. And so we kind of end up in this really unhealthy dynamic where we as rescuers, we're trying to be of help, we're trying to be of service, but what it's actually doing for this victim is it's keeping them stuck, and they're meeting certain needs with us trying to rescue them all the time. And them kind of just like staying stuck in this victim mentality. And at the same time, we as rescuers think we're doing this great thing. But at the end of the day, we're only doing it because we're trying to regain self-worth, and we're not feeling that good within ourselves. And we think that we're so good that we can save this person, but we end up just trying to tell them what to do, or we're trying to help somebody who doesn't want to be helped, or whatever it is, and we end up in this really poor energy draining cycle that doesn't support you and it doesn't support them, but we get caught up in it with good intentions, but we end up being drained. So the more we focus on our self-love and our self-worth and moving in the direction that's most empowering to us, and self-generating our self-worth and self-love as opposed to getting it from external sources, is the moment that we can put up those healthy boundaries. And like you were saying, Sam, kind of guard against the energy drain. which is both supportive to you and to the other person, because you're no longer validating them to stay in that position and meet their needs there. And instead, you're challenging them. And you say, you know what? I've been supportive here, but I've been really trying here. This isn't healthy for me. It's not working for you. And you give them kind of an opportunity to try a different strategy and operate in a different realm, you know, instead of just being nurtured as the victim. So absolutely hearing you there, Sam. And thank you, Haru. Shine on to you. And Joss you and Tony, hello. And Jason and Stephen, why have I not stopped in on a live until now? Stephen, I don't know, but I really hope that you're going to join me much more regularly because I love having you here. And Marco, this message is all about you, my friend. Thank you so much for the value that you add. You're amazing. And Anyeta, such a good idea, because if you helped someone else and helped them through a situation, then that will boost self-confidence in yourself and then go through your own situation differently than you would have before. Absolutely. You are definitely getting what I mean there, Anyeta. When we are of service and value to others, we reassure ourselves that we can do it, you know, that we can generate that confidence, that we do have self-worth, that we can be of value. And sometimes it takes getting outside of ourselves to wake us up to what's inside of ourselves. So definitely, absolutely, you've got it spot on. And loving that you're loving this, Tony. That's awesome. And Kelly's here, and Rico, and Robbie, and Sam. That's the relationships I create without attachment to the outcome, but give love and value unconditionally. Absolutely. And I love hearing that, Sam. That's so, so beautiful. And I want to talk about the flip side quickly, because we as givers can often have a hard time receiving. So you've heard me say time and time again that when you've mastered the art of both giving and receiving without condition, you've mastered the art of love. Giving is just one side of love. Receiving is just one side of love, and we need to have balance of both. And so if you want to learn more about that, check out the free training, because one of the steps, it's step 3 in the 8-step formula, is your ability to be receptive and open in order to be successful. You know, for me personally, my business, you know, creating programs and doing stuff that's paid instead of everything for free was a big step for me to be able to do that, because I love giving, but it was harder for me to receive in that realm. So I've had to do work around that. And I guess in this realm, if you're somebody who struggles with owning your own business, or, you know, making an offer where people have to pay you, what helped me was knowing what I can deliver. You know, having a full trust and certainty in what I can serve people with. So instead of thinking it about selling, it's serving. And if you've got something of real immense value to offer other people and you know it can help, you're doing them a disservice by not giving them that opportunity and that offer. And so, you know, that's just part of the process, but you have to not just give. You've also got to receive, and you've got to have balance. So that's just another little challenge that we as who can easily give and gain our self-worth, you know, rely on that to gain our self-worth. That's another challenge. Everything's always got challenges attached to it. But yeah, we've got to be mindful of our ability to receive as well. So I love that, Sam. And Judy's here, and Jed, and Yash, and Justin. Thanks for sharing your beautiful value here. Oh, Justin, you're touching my heart. Thank you so much, my friend. And thank you for showing up and giving me the opportunity to engage with you guys and share with you. So I so appreciate it. It's definitely on mutual grounds there. I love that. And Mary's here, and Hassani, awesome. And Darren, send me the link, please. Look forward to it. Awesome. Well, the link for the free training is up above. If you want to join me for 8 weeks, oh, I'm so excited. And like I said, it's literally 8 weeks for the price of 1 hour in my coaching. So it is phenomenal value that I can't wait to give to you. So I'll link that as well. If you want to jump on board, claim your spot, it starts on the 26th. So less than 2 weeks, and I'm so excited. So it's awesome, Darren and Chris and Jody and Ray and Hassani. You missed it, but catch the recording, please, my friend, and get a ton of value from today's message. And thanks for showing up late anyway. I always appreciate engaging with you. And Matthew and Savula, awesome. And John, yes, I've had that. Very frustrating. There is truth to the statement, you can't teach a pig to sing. You'll get frustrated and you'll piss off the pig. Sounds harsh, but true. I love how you put that. Absolutely. And I might do a video for you guys. I've done one in the past on the drama triangle, but I think it's just so awesome to look at the different positions that we play out in our relationships. And I like to think about it as, it's the same as, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and you just frustrate yourself and the horse, like you're saying. I like the pig analogy, though. I haven't heard that one. But absolutely, John, feeling where you're coming from there. And Sam, always love your messages, nourishing and healing, I feel. Awesome, I love hearing that. And Chris, have a great day too, my friend. It's awesome to see you back. And DB's here, hello to you, and Kiminari, and San, and Sharat, and Tracy, and Loki, and Marcine, hello to you. So guys, that really was my message for you. I just want you to make sure that you're absolutely adding value and not subtracting in everything that you do. And if you focus on that, you build up your self-esteem, your self-confidence, you're willing to push yourself past your current limitations, comfort zones, boundaries, and reach ever increasing heights of your limitless potential. So there's a lot in store if you just take on that mindset of service. Absolutely. And everybody just joining me now, Ulas and Sunula and Wayan, I hope you guys catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message, as I'm just about to sign off. But it's been such a pleasure to get to connect with you guys like always. And as always, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's absolutely beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And Charlie, I love it. Giving and receiving to grow all, absolutely. And you, Ulas, you are so welcome, my friend. I'm grateful to have you here. So that's it from me today, guys. Sending you my love. Cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Definitely check out my free training, and definitely, if you're ready to really take things to a new level and you want to go deep with me, I would love to have you a part of the 8-week Limitless Potential group coaching empowerment program. It's gonna be phenomenal. I'll drop the link to go directly to that as well. And like I said, at the end of the free training, it'll explain exactly more in depth if you're looking to just get some more information as well. Much love to you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow.